items would be fine, or 2.5. I need one in the main floor, and I'd really like to have laundry either on the main floor or upstairs.
All right. Are you looking for a single family home or a semi-detached home?
Townhouse. Yeah.
Okay. What's the price that you're looking for?
Maybe around 700.
Okay. We're looking to pay cash.
Well, yes, we sell right in our house, but we have part of the mortgage, and so we'll pay down the mortgage on the house. Use the other part of the mortgage needed, and then we'll spend probably around 300 to put down on the
That sounds great. And are you looking to buy within the next 3 to 6 months?
Yes.
All right. Just to make sure we're not stepping ahead with sales, are you currently working with other agents right now?
Well, not anything signed. No, I don't go back into
Okay. Well, you know.
Even if it would be okay because we're not being rushed.
Well, since you're trying to explore your options at this time, it would be best if my agent could speak to you so he could give you a better idea of what's available. Is it possible for him to speak to you right now?
Sure.
All right, perfect. Hold on with it, please. Thank you.
Now, at this point, Harkonnen, if I could ask you, are you in here? Oh yeah, you are. Okay. Yeah. Have you listened to Joan's piece yet?
Sorry? Yes, I listened, yes.
Okay. So you had listened to it after the call?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Good. So I highly recommend everyone listen to the call after you receive the live call transfer, just in case there's any information that might have been missed.
And he will take over. Sure. Hi, Ms. Maida. Thanks so much for waiting. I got here my agent criteria, and he will take over his closing voice every day. All right. Okay, thank you. Hi, Maida.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm good. How are you doing?
Good, pretty good.
So, June was telling me that you.
We are downsizing. Our family is downsizing, and we're looking for a townhouse or a bungalow or a kind of bungalow. Not too many stairs, but it's washroom on the main floor and laundry either on the main floor or upstairs.
Are you playing, Sean? In here?
3 or 4 bedrooms.
Can you guys hear?
No. What? Not me.
Howdy, clear over here.
Laundry on the main floor, you said, or on the top floor, right?
Or top, yeah.
Okay. So, in order for me to help you better, just want to understand your situation a little better. So, you're looking to downsize, you said, right? So, is it just you and your husband right now, or who else is in the
Yes, we have 3 of our grandchildren living with us, and so they will come, but they are looking also for their own places and that sort of thing.
Okay, so I want to comment here. That's a very good question to ask, especially in your market, if there's anyone else in the family, because what I've seen in the Bay Area, in places like Toronto, places like New York, there's a lot of it's not just 2 people living in a house; it's sometimes a whole family. And so far, Harkonnen, I think you've done a great job starting. You're asking good questions and you're listening.
So, when is it that you're looking to make this visit something that's really on your mind here?
Yeah. So it's either long moving or it would be thinking of February, March.
Got it. So you're my house. And you said you would want to sell your current house?
Yes.
Okay.
You know of anybody who buys that?
Definitely. We work with a lot of buyers.
Yes.
So, yes, so we have both ways. I represent buyers many times, especially first-time home buyers. That's my area of expertise.
So, Harkonnen, I want to give you a little tactical tip here. So I'm going to rewind just a little bit.
Okay. When is it that you're looking to me to visit something that's
have
you
to
have your mind
be
to
here, yeah, yeah. So either long voting or it would be, February, March.
got it. So you're still budgeting.
Okay, so that's this coming January, February, is that right? Okay, if they had said 6 months out, 8 months out, 9 months out, or if they had said a specific month, a question a question that you can keep in your tool belt to use later is so they give you that month, and then you can follow up with, God, it sounds like you've put some thought into that timeline or into the date that you want to move. I'm curious why that is. I'm curious why February is the date. Is there, what's going on? And being a little bit more inquisitive, just to kind of figure out their situation. And now, do I suggest it for every single conversation? No, but it's one of those questions that you can have in your tool belt if you want to figure more about someone's situation. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Awesome. So far, man, you're doing great.
And you said you would want to sell your current house?
Yes.
Okay.
You know of anybody to buy that?
Definitely. We work with a lot of buyers.
Yeah.
So, yes, we have both ways. I represent buyers many times, especially first-time home buyers. That's my area of expertise. I tend to help young families who are looking to get their home place. And
We have,
I know. Go ahead, sorry.
we have a raised ranch and with many upgrades, but there's 6 bedrooms, there's 3 bedrooms downstairs, and that could be made into a 2-bedroom apartment. Just put a door in the bottom there, or for a multi-generational family. And there's 3 bedrooms upstairs, the living capacity. And there's a
There
huge
is a
pool,
lot. Yes.
a 28-foot pool with a new liner. But we've also been approved, those tiny houses that are being sponsored by the government, the local government, like Burlington government. We've been approved for one of those in our backyard. So that's another.
Okay.
If you brought that in, it could either, you could rent that out, or it could be a nice bunkhouse for the side of the pool, or a party place, or, where you could have a little, like a changing room and that sort of thing. But so,
So,
yeah,
how big is your property?
it's, oh dear, I know it's 150 deep, by 50, I think.
50 by 150. That's great. And you said you have been approved for this secondary suite, right, in the backyard?
Yes.
Yeah. And
We got approved and then yeah. And right now there's a special on with the Burlington municipality. They will give $93,000 to put a small house in the back. So we did inquire about it, but my husband just decided he wasn't up to all the things that needed to be done to get ready for it and all that. But for somebody young and fresh, it would be an ideal little situation. You could have a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom, back there with a little kitchen and a little. Be great for in-laws or for a young family.
there are a lot of possibilities, even from somebody from an investor perspective. You can have 2 units in your main house, and there's a possibility of a backyard suite that can be built.
Yes. For
I'm
sure.
wondering if you get some permits for that backyard suite, or is it just that?
Inquired about it, and we passed all the tests. So I assume that would be something that would pass. The person we talked to, we had his name and number, and that our property has passed the test for that.
Got it.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so I think I would have to know your address in order for me to pull the market form. Have you thought about the kind of price range you're looking to sell?
Well, we were hoping for $1 million. The latest price.
So, how can a great way to soften that question. So, what was the question that you asked specifically? It was about the address. It was about the address, asking about the address. So, hey, real quick, could I just get your address so I can look up your records online, or your property details online, to see what I can find? Just kind of a softener, so it doesn't sound like you're like, hey, can I know where you live? You know what I mean?
1.1, something like that. But,
That's what I can help you with, right? So that's my job. What I will do is I will do a market comparison, and I will give you a property report. right?
Okay.
Which will show you like how the market currently is doing in Burlington, right?
Yeah.
What's the property address?
1318 Janina Boulevard, JANI,
GNIN,
N8, yeah.
Janina, and
Yeah.
1318 Janina Street.
Yeah. So it's hardly getting back there, like,
But you mean the new,
yeah,
instead of the furnace?
yes.
Got it. So what is important for you in the new home? You said you want to downsize. What is it?
Well, if, we'd like to have most of the,
That's a great question. What's important? What's important? That's a great question. Just want to compliment you.
property on one floor if possible. So it's just 3 bedrooms up and 1 or 2 down. And just something smaller. My husband has bad back and he's broken one of his vertebrae, so he's really in rough shape. He can't look after the property too well. My grandson's helping him quite a bit, but
Is he coping well?
yeah, I wish we could say we wanted to stay, but too much.
It's hard, after so many, you have been so many memories you play.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Yeah, it's really, really hard. Kids that's growing up here too. Yeah,
But change is only constant in the day. Okay, so you said about these,
Forgive me if I just missed this part. Did she mention how long she's lived there?
I think she's lived long here. She said the kids grew up there, and they have bought this property in 2004.
Oh wow, wow. Good for them. Good for them.
Joe mentioned you're looking for a townhouse, is that right?
yes, or bungalow down, bungalow.
Oh, got it. And is it something like you would want sort of a condo set up with a townhouse where you have
Yeah.
where you have all this maintenance being taken care for you, the lawn mowing,
Yes.
the removal and stuff?
Yes.
By the way, great questions. And how can what you're doing right now is you're asking questions, anticipating their needs, and you're already handling objections before they come up. And for all we know, those aren't even objections, but you are already anticipating that that's likely because they're downsizing. Those are the things that they want to get taken care of. So by you showcasing things that's important to them, it shows that you're listening, and so you're doing great.
The traffic area in Burlington for them.
Anywhere, really. North or south or I just like something a little different. This is accepting we operate houses in our time. He's right up with you with that.
And just, have you considered any other cities similar to Burlington as well, or you would say?
Yeah, we thought of the eastern part of Watertown, and we found a lot there, and it was only 10 minutes from where we're living here. So that was the ideal, so we could still have it. We could enjoy all things like Burlington as well as Watertown. But also the other side of Burlington, the border of.
Yes, sir.
I think I missed to pull on this thread here when she said they've upgraded many houses. So I think I'm in a little bit in the dark, like what they were doing with that, right? And what happened. So there's part of the story that I'm missing now because I didn't ask that. And the second was I think I jumped onto another thing that's about the. Is it about we're living there? Okay, the way where they want to get to, right? Any other areas of their choice, but again, I think that's something I missed there.
I think you did a good job. You don't have to be so hard on yourself. You offered what's an excellent question to always ask is, what's more important to you, the way the house looks or the location of the house? Because sometimes the location can be not so ideal, but the price makes it completely ideal, right? And then vice versa. Some people are like, hey, location is everything to me, and I only care about these things, right? You've done a great job. And then that comment about upgrading houses, if now, of course, hindsight's 2020. Kids grew up in this house, and you've upgraded the house. Are we referring to renovating, or are we referring to other houses that you've lived in, second homes, things like that, rentals, etc.? So good catch. By the way, you guys know who Hartran's top critic is?
This house.
Tim.
Yes, that's good.
100%. It's himself. When I tell that story about John Schwelonk and his results completely changing after we had a conversation, a heart-to-heart, a come to Jesus conversation, it wasn't me that gave him that coaching tip. It was himself. He listened to himself and knew immediately what he needed to do. So I bet Margaret probably jotted down like several pieces of feedback for himself, just listening.
Draw the travel the western part, the border of Oakville. Okay.
Okay, so what I generally do in this case, since you are looking to sell and buy, I would basically try to book an in-person appointment with you so that I can sit down and have a look at your home property. If you give a valuation for your home, because everything I got your details, but once I see it, then the information is in and meet you personally and discuss my listing strategy as well as my pricing strategy with you, right? And there is an action plan for us to secure that new property, right? So is that something that we could do this week? What time
This
would be
week
better?
we have visitors from Vancouver. So next week.
Next week is better. And does Tuesday work better for you?
Thursday.
By the way, if you guys ever get caught in this trap of like, does Monday work? No. Does Tuesday work? No. Does Wednesday work? No. And it kind of like, it feels bad if you said no like 4 times, because then the person just wants to say, I'll follow up with you. Like has that ever happened with someone, with you guys, where you guys are trying to figure it out, trying to coordinate over the phone, and then, you know what, I'll just follow up with you. I'll just connect with you. A good way to get past that, so I'm going to give you guys a super tactical tip, is to give it an A/B option. So do you like earlier in the week, middle of the week, or end of the week? That's 3 options, but earlier in the week or later in the week, next week. Do you like mornings? Do you like afternoons? Got it. Does 1 o'clock work or 3 o'clock work? You guys see how I'm like narrowing this down, and I'm keeping the flow going. I'm keeping the conversation going. So I'm not, because after the third no, it gets awkward. And so we're asking the question, early next week work? Late next week work? Got it. So does Thursday or Friday work? If they say late next week? Thursday, got it. Does morning or afternoon work? Afternoon, got it. Does 1 or 3 o'clock work? Right? You see the flow of that conversation, so it's not like you guys know what I'm trying to say. Does that make sense? Just a thumbs up. That's all I need. Cool.
Thursday, 3 p.m. Does that sound good? Does that work for you?
Yes.
I'll book you for Thursday, 3 p.m. And I will send you some pre-listing information that you can go through it and just look at what you might get into, right? So,
Okay.
I can be Sharpen all over GTA. And that's why very strong team is actually we have a office in Burlington to serve you as well. But in your case, we can.
Hey guys, I want to comment and give Harker a compliment here. You guys, all throughout your conversation, need to be sprinkling in small seeds of proof. Small seeds of proof. And if you're a brand new agent and you're worried or concerned that you don't have enough proof, your team, your support structure, your backing, the people who back you, is 100% okay to sprinkle in that proof. And the reason why, who would you rather listen to? A marriage counselor who's been married for 50 years or a 20-year-old marriage counselor? Who would you guys rather listen to?
One that's been married.
They're both saying the same exact thing. They're both saying the exact same thing.
The one that's
Why-
been married.
Why do you listen to that one?
Because they've lived it and they've walked that experience.
Because they got the experience. So it doesn't matter that the words that they're saying are the exact same, but because of your credibility, because of your experience, because of your proof, the words that you say land better. Does that make sense, guys?
And meet you Thursday evening. Is there anything you might have asked me today?
No.
Okay, tactical tip for you. Is there anything that we didn't talk about that you really hope that we would? Anything that we didn't talk about that you really hope that we would? And if it comes out awkward or you could add a little softener. If you're just like me, as soon as we hang up, you're probably going to have 2 questions after a meeting. So here's my number. I'm going to text you right after this, so you have my personal cell, and then go from there.
What we have signed and what we have thought about.
Awesome. So we're going to talk to you today.
Yes, they have to.
You're saying
Yes, 2 of our grandchildren have special. So they're, we're hoping they're going to be tied up. But it's hard to keep them that way. That's why I thought, it might be, well, it would depend on how much, someone would offer. But it might be better to say someone to buy it.
right. No problem. So that would all be going to discuss how we can present the property in the best possible way.
Yes.
So that we can get the best of the number.
Okay. I might need somebody to help with what's called dating.
Yes. So that's the whole presentation. That's my idea as well, that we just better because I work with a lot of buyers, and
Yes.
I know from their perspective, right? When you,
So, Huckman, let me ask you this. The next time that you're talking to a seller, could you see yourself bringing up staging before they bring it up? Yep.
Yes.
So remember, guys, there's 2 halves. There's 2 halves to sales. Okay. There's figuring out how and if you can help someone. How and if you can help someone. That's the first half. The second half is handling objections before the close. Okay, and we do that through stories. We do that through anecdotes, and we do that through also asking the right questions. Does that make sense?
give them there's a lot with that, right? It helps a lot with that. And
Okay.
now, but in case you have any questions about it, give me a call.
Okay. I'll make your phone number again. Okay, and your name is?
I'll get them.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep, and there towards the end, nice little sign off. I like to let people know if I'm talking about anything at all that might be remotely complicated, to even include an email, because when I say Redinger, people put 2 Ds, they put 2 Gs, they put all sorts of stuff, and so if I'm talking about anything remotely complicated, where the person on the other end might not remember, might not know exactly what I'm saying. If I'm like, yeah, my email is redinger.sean@gmail.com. They're gonna be like, okay, I didn't jot that down because I don't know how to spell that. So I'll reassure them and I'll say, hey, don't worry about it. I'm gonna send you my information right after this call. But don't worry, I'm actually texting you right now. Or don't worry, I'm actually gonna send you an email with details of what we talked about today. Because if you get that question, and what was your name again? That's someone being very polite. They want to remember you, and that's an opportunity for follow-up, because you get to reinforce that you're that person. You're that person that you talk to, that they talk to. Because there's a possibility as soon as you got off the phone with them, they had amnesia. You know, there's that possibility. They could have completely forgotten you. And speaking from experience, I'm a very forgettable person sometimes. And so we got off the phone with them. But what did you guys think? Let me open this up. We just listened. What feedback do we have for our guy here? And I love that you're actually here. Most of the people who we review don't get to show up.
Hey, Arthur, let me say, man, great job with the call. I mean, that was golden, man. I loved everything. Like Sean just said, when they say that to you, what's your name again? That's golden to me, man. That means you engaged, you built rapport, you established trust. So that's a great way to end their call. Good job, man.
Thanks a lot, James. Thank you.
I think you did a really good job of like asking questions and then being able to keep her engaged, because she didn't seem like she was trying to get off the phone. She wasn't like, yeah, okay, maybe later or whatever. She was like genuinely like interested in the conversation. It was very smooth going. And then you did a great job too when she wasn't like very kind of, not, I don't want to say non-committal, but like wasn't really giving you a date. So you did what Sean says about trying to book an appointment from an appointment. So I don't really have any negative feedback. I think it went pretty well.
Yep. I would have to agree. Even though I gave you those tactical things, those are things that you could have on the next conversation, right? The things that I brought up were not even small hinges that swing big doors. These are just small things that in our conversation, small iterations to our dialogue that go a long way, right?
I wanted to add to tie it back to the conversation yesterday with Eric. These conversations go like she was telling you a story. You were gathering information in the story that she was telling you, why she needs to move, why it's important for her to move, and it was a very fluent conversation all the way through, and the storytelling at the same time. So you got to know her, you got to get to know some personal things about her, and it just seems natural. So I love the part that it was a natural conversation, and yet it was a very productive at the same time. So well done.
Thank you, Andres.
Yes. Do you guys want before we sign off here, do you guys want a super tactical tip that you guys will always remember, and no matter how fast you are talking to someone, and no matter how much of a time crunch you're in, you can still come across as authentic and that you're listening to them?
Give it to us.
Okay. It's the triple A. So it's acknowledge, associate, ask. So, Andres, tell me about your experience the first time that you ever generated an online lead, Andres. Give me an answer that a real estate agent would tell me all the time.
They're not very responsive. They just give you the short answers.
Man, I completely agree with you. These internet leads, I've had my fair share of dealing with them. Now let me ask you, what platforms did you use when you did generate leads? You guys see what I did? Oh, hold on, pause. But you guys see what I did? So based on his information, I I acknowledged. So, man, totally understand, totally get you, totally get that, makes sense. I associate. I myself, man, I've dealt with those leads myself, right? I've dealt with internet leads myself. In a buying situation, Oh yeah, I love that area. I love Burlington. I love this area myself as well. Where my grandparents also just recently moved, and I was able to help them downsize from a 3 to a 2. So associate. So acknowledge, associate, and then ask. Because you notice how sometimes like it comes across like a little hard where you ask a question, they give you the answer, and then you just ask the next question, and it's almost like we're interrogating at that point, right? So the framework: acknowledge, associate, ask. And there's another framework as well. In friendly conversations, acknowledge, compliment, ask. So if you don't you don't want to sound like like you're suckering up to it, if you will, you could associate. But did I leave you guys better than I found you today? With tips that you can apply today in your business. Awesome. Well, guys, I look forward to connecting with you guys tomorrow. And next week, we are having money models on Monday. We're going to be talking about some different case studies. So I'm going to bring a real life case study. I've been talking about cost per lead and cost per transfer, cost per closing. I'm going to bring a real life case study on Monday so you guys can see a real case, like from cost per closing to cost per agency agreement to cost per in-person appointment to cost per conversation to cost per lead. So I'm going to be breaking that down on Monday. And then Tuesday, Heather, do we have anything planned yet?
I was going to continue with what we were talking about before with just adding on to.
All right, Heather's going to let us know when she unmutes.
Oh, sorry. Okay, yes. So we were going to go into different types of way you can do both, because right now we did a post and then a story. So we were going to go into videos and the other channels that we haven't posted on yet.
Okay, so this is a part of the 3-part series of bulk creation, bulk post, and scheduling and automations inside of your CRM that you guys all have access to. Awesome. And Andres, do we have someone? Today's Thursday. We've got 6 days. Do we have someone next Wednesday yet?
Gotta make sure Josh Wheeler, he had committed for next Wednesday. Gotta make sure he stay committed for that one.
Okay. If
Doesn't have anything else on stuff.
if you can't, invite Carson. All right.
Carson?
Yeah, Carson from Logan's crew. He's got a couple transactions coming from us, editing right now, so he's doing good.
All right.
Cool. All right, guys. Keep being awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Harkadon, you did a great job, and it's a pleasure to work with you, man. That I see. I don't know if you had this information before us, but I see that you're applying best practices that you see in these calls. I see that, and that's, man, I'm just excited for the future.
I learned a lot, Sean. I don't think I would have done the same thing, performed the same way in the calls before joining you. I've just put this on my side as well, the 7-point clarity system. And I think it's really helpful and just makes me think, how to go about these conversations and make those feel natural. At the same time, this was what I was, finding really hard. Discovery. Because again, it is so important to ask those right questions.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, happy you're here. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Make it a great day. See ya.